Hello, everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk by Place Overseas. I'm Nafisa Kopçiç, your host. Glad to be with you here another week. And thank you all for watching us on YouTube. Thank you all for commenting, for letting us know what you like, what you learned. And thank you all for learning about Dubai real estate market with me, really. So today, I want to surprise Cameron. He doesn't know what are we going to talk about. And I think this is one of the most important topics to share with you guys when it comes to Dubai market. This is the story that could define the future of the city itself. Okay. Now, I've seen this expression, New Dubai, floating around. You guys are using it here as well in Place Overseas. Some say it's the boldest strategic shift in making when it comes to the future of the city itself. So Cameron doesn't know what I'm going to ask. Really, he doesn't. He was too busy, and he was in Dubai, actually. And I was dealing with a lot of other things. So this will be one really honest conversation, you guys. When you say New Dubai here at Place Overseas, what do you mean? Which area of Dubai, actually? Because I feel like everyone is defining it in a different way.
For me, New Dubai is not just yet another phrase coined by marketing people. For me, New Dubai is and will be the future of Dubai. And mark my words, 5 years down the line, people will be talking about New Dubai, and it will be a household name because it is where Dubai's emerging populations, and 2-3 episodes ago we talked about one thing. We said Dubai is transitioning from a speculative, purely investor driven market to a proper, solid end user market where real people will live, send their kids to schools, walk in the parks, enjoy and entertain themselves, have hopes for the future. In other words, set roots in that place. Now, that said, then the next question has to be, where will that expansion be? Well, I can tell you, there's absolutely no way that expansion can be in downtown, in Business Bay, in Palm Jumeirah, or any other known established locations for many reasons. One, prices are already sky high. Masses cannot afford those prices. Families cannot afford those prices. Two, you should see the traffic. You know that Sheikh Zayed Road? It is crippled. Most of the day you can't move there. It's bumper to bumper. Now, that's no good. And for many other reasons, the New Dubai isn't going to be, or the population expansion that will drive the next decades of Dubai isn't coming from established Dubai. It needs another home to grow, another home to prosper, with arteries, with veins, with roads, with green areas, parks, schools, but a well-planned master communities from scratch, not repeating the mistakes of before.
Proper
this is New Dubai.
Urban planning.
Yes.
So is this the area that you mentioned in previous episode as the area around Maktoum Airport?
Now,
I do want to show this area in the map. On the map, yeah.
If I say that, people will say, "Oh, this is just an airport city." No. Look, as I said, what we've been doing literally the last 3-4 months is drive Dubai end to end to understand the vibe. And I can clearly see New Dubai is Dubai South on one end, all the way down to this new big Palm Jebel Ali. This is New Dubai. And you know why? For many reasons. There's enough space and enough free land to grow in a planned way, learning from the mistakes of the past, and some mistakes have been made, and they know it themselves, and not repeating them, in a planned, pre-planned way almost, with all necessary facilities and amenities to support the growing, doubling population of Dubai from just short of 4 million today to the projected 7, if not 8 million over the next 7 to 10 years. This is a massive growth, and that kind of growth needs very, very careful planning and urban master planning.
So Dubai
That's
is
Dubai
practically
South. That's New Dubai for
so
me.
that New Dubai you just explained where it is. I will show those areas on the map because I think it's important for people to know who haven't been so many times in Dubai. But I was there in the 2000s, and I remember, I want to go back in time a little bit. I remember when it was around the area of Dubai Marina. I think it was all like a construction site.
Yes,
No one
yes.
knew what's happening. I
Yes,
think people
yes,
said that
yes.
Jumeirah Lake Towers were too far, believe it or not.
Nobody believed in Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah,
They
nobody.
thought it was a dream that could never possibly happen.
And today, good luck even if you want to buy a parking lot there. It's impossible.
Exactly.
So is the government doing the same in the south? Can we expect this new Palm, let's say, to new way of life to be moved completely to that area that you just mentioned with a proper strategic planning?
Okay, here's the thing. When you obtain, and you can obtain these in Dubai, when you obtain the government's master plans for that entire area, let me put it into perspective again, into context again. Look, Dubai South is about 15 or so kilometers from where Palm Jebel Ali is. So if you look at Palm Jebel Ali as the high-end seafront version, it's twice the size of Palm Jumeirah, by the way, twice the size. Okay, if you look at Palm Jebel Ali as the trophy or exclusive high-end seafront side of New Dubai, then from Palm Jebel Ali to, say, the new airport, Maktoum Airport in
Let's
Dubai
just say
South,
some predict this will be like
is
one of the
about
biggest airports in the world.
apparently the biggest airport.
Apparently
That's what they're planning.
260 million passengers
Something
capacity.
like that.
Yeah.
There's 15 kilometers to Dubai South. Now, when you drive today from Palm Jebel Ali to Dubai South, this circle that we now call New Dubai, there's hardly anything in between. But here is the interesting thing. When you look at the master plans that are already in place for all that area, you know what you see? Incredibly careful planning for commercial areas, logistics hubs, hospitals, schools, residential areas, green areas. They're planning 70% green allotment. Then these guys, it's very interesting, they are bringing certain types of new trees and plants that can be evergreens in the desert.
In the desert, I
now,
was about
this
to
is
say.
insane. And you know what? I think they'll do it as well. Now, when you look at the master plan for the next 10 years of that area, it's phenomenal. It's nothing like the Dubai of 30 years ago when they did have a good plan, they had a good vision, but not necessarily a superbly crafted master plan. It developed, okay? It developed with a flow. Hence, certain areas now, once you get in, it's hell to get out with traffic. There's only one way in, but several ways out, so bottlenecks happen, and vice versa. When you really carefully study the existing prime Dubai, you see these. Now, the new master plan for New Dubai has definitely learned from the mistakes of the old Dubai. So this is why this area is New Dubai. The high-end waterfront section, Palm Jebel Ali, in between different layers and segments of residential sections, from value to, I would imagine, real classy high-end, with big mansions and all that. So they're segmenting it, which is exactly what a normal, organically grown city would look like. It would have segments, wouldn't it? It would have districts where, you've got smaller houses, it's a smaller lay, it's more affordable, kind of the affordable center. Then it would have areas that are more kind of bigger lot sizes, different designs, clearly appealing to a different sort of segment or buyer and settler. This is exactly what's happening. This is the new Dubai.
See, guys, I knew he's gonna be able to talk a lot because he just returned to Dubai, so I didn't need to send you a topic.
I spent
because you
days in
it.
this area,
Yeah.
looking at their plans, looking at and trying to project 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and it's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's exciting.
What's interesting to me is, and we talked about this before, how Place Overseas breaks down Dubai, not just New Dubai, but Dubai buyers into 3 groups. One is home buyers. We already talked about this shift. You have that episode called From Flippers to Families, to this shift to family-oriented compounds in Dubai and the lifestyle. Then the second group is portfolio builders. No need to explain that much there. And then the third one, capital accelerators, the most misunderstood group, I would say. So when you think of these 3 groups and New Dubai, how do you see the strategy for each one of them, and what would you offer, maybe which areas or what to look for?
You know what? I love this question.
Really?
Yes, because this question, one, gives me a very easy, logical way to follow and structure my response. Completely unprepared. But also, I think this question is amazing because it hits the nail on the head. And hopefully I can demonstrate why. Now, I'll start with the home buyers, which in my opinion will be the backbone, the spine of New Dubai. It is the main group that New Dubai is being developed. Of course, Dubai being Dubai, also for, businesses and the aviation and tourism and logistics and aviation hub of the world, which is what they're aiming to do with the biggest airport in New Dubai. But families, end users. Now, this area will provide almost all segments of family homes. Not just expensive ones that are out of reach of many people, but there will be something for every home buyer here. From more affordable neighborhoods to real high-end, large mansions wrapped up in greens. Now, in Dubai, wrapped up in green. Yes, they will do it. I can see the vision. So end users will be the main pull of the area. And end users will be the main demand driver. And this is what truly excites me, because all along, like I keep on repeating with Dubai, the reason that Dubai has experienced boom, bust, is because there were never enough true end users to pull that demand into reality. So investor flips to investor, investor flips to investor, but there comes a point when there aren't enough home buyers who will actually use those flip properties, what happens? Bust. And Dubai saw a few of them in the last 20 years. Now, for the first time, I see an area that is geared toward proper end users and not speculative investors to flip from one to another. Albeit, flipping will happen, and it will reward smart investors quite positively, let's say, which I want to talk a little bit about. Okay, now that's the end users, families. And right now, it's very, very interesting. Now, this is very interesting to note. When we reached Dubai South, a big section of which, the kind of already developed section, is MR South. Now, keyword, MR. MR means the government. So whenever a new area opens, MR sets the tone. Now, that's very important for everyone to understand this. Okay? Because these guys, being the government, they know what's going to happen well before anybody else gets any gist of it. And they set the tone. Very clear to me. Like, if you go to downtown and raise your head, MR, MR, MR. Downtown is MR. Okay? And then everybody else that built around MR. Okay? Now, this is key. Okay. Now, I'm not promoting MR. I'm just saying, calling a spade a spade. Okay? You know, this is it. Now, when you drive that 15 kilometer of almost entirely empty land and you hit MR South, the last thing you expect, Nafisa, to see after 15 kilometers of almost nothing is a community. The moment you come to MR South, you know what you see? People walking their dogs, people with their kids, people trying to play golf or playing golf. I don't like golf, so. And people driving around, life, families, proper families already living there. And they seem rather happy. They seem like, you know, they've got what they want. So I can see that the light started. It's like it pops up and then it develops. I see that already. So that's end users already in there. So if you're an end user looking for a home, follow the master communities that are shaping from the beginning. It's like a tree, the trunk, and then it starts. Follow it, and you won't go wrong. Now, the second category.
Portfolio builders.
I want to go to capital accelerators, the second, which is this amazing terminology, flippers, flipping. Sounds almost rude, okay?
We used it before. It's a bit too late to call it rude. We used it.
Now, flippers or capital accelerators, as the terminology says, they are not the most patient people. They are after growing their invested capital in short to medium term. Yeah, they're not after sitting on it for the next 20 years and generating income and
waiting to see where the city will go.
And you know, growing their wealth slowly and patiently, like like sanity, you may say, would dictate. No. These guys, they want to go in, they want to go out within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years maximum. They want to grow. You know what? You would think that in an area that is just developing, there wouldn't be so many possibilities for capital accelerators. You would think. You would think that capital accelerators should be in developed areas where, you know, supply is, you know, tiny, prices are high, so everyone is chasing, like maybe the Palm Jumeirah or downtown or business district or you know, areas like that. You know what? You'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. If you play your cards carefully, in my opinion, the best possibilities for capital accelerators are early stage master planned areas. but you have to know when to come in and where to come in. Because these areas, they require vision. Think about this. People like safety. And people generally gravitate toward things that they see everybody else is doing. It gives them this subconscious safety net. Oh, everybody else is doing it, and some people have done it right, so it can't be that bad. Let me do the same. With or without realizing, even most savvy investors, they do that. They follow. Because that's in human nature. Do you understand what I'm saying? You feel safer. Now, the real savvy investors are the ones that don't do that. They think for their own because they have vision. Now, for the visionary investor, and you know what? That's 1%, 2%. For the visionary investor, there are immense rewards in very early areas, in very early happenings, in areas with a plan. And New Dubai is exactly that.
So if someone actually liked this story that we just shared about New Dubai, and be it someone in New York, London, New Delhi, regardless, and watching us now, give me like the final, as I always say, straight talk by Place Overseas verdict. Where should they start when it comes to New Dubai?
Well, they should start with early communities, decent communities, not one-off little things, okay? Early, decent communities that have a proper future, and they are coming. Phase 1, developed. A lot of money made. Now, I'd say to you, when the next phase opens, that's when you get in. That's one opportunity. Now, there are a few other developments that have incredible master plans that started being built, partially sold out already. Yes, smart investors are already in there, quietly. Now, follow those. Follow those. There are those opportunities. Right now, the opportunities are scarce there. There aren't many. But that's what makes it beautiful. Okay? The visionary investor will make a killing in New Dubai, even in flipping strategy. 1 to 3 year in out. And your third one is the portfolio builder.
Yeah.
Well, I think, having explained the end user, okay, the family home buyer, and the capital accelerator, I would say those portfolio builders already got their answers. Because the New Dubai is amazing for portfolio building. Maybe in the first 1 or 2 years, you may not have steep rental income coming in, of course, because it's an area
Dubai
being built.
didn't become Dubai by accident.
But
that's the main thing. I mean, that's at least something that I concluded after listening what you said about 2 other groups. So if you're a portfolio builder, you need to trust that they know what they're doing when it comes to this strategic planning.
Exactly. So you will be potentially sacrificing the initial first couple of years of income, but what you will gain thereafter is going to be more than worth those couple of years of sacrifice. That's a portfolio builder. He looks at it long term, not 1 or 2 years.
Cameron, thank you as always. Factual, grounded, zero hype, no preparations. Firstly, as I mentioned, Dubai became Dubai by strategic planning, so trust their plans. And New Dubai feels like the next blueprint of the city. That's how I understood. And if you want to understand it or invest in it, you should follow your logic, your strategy. You should obviously follow Place Overseas as well for more information about it. But also you need to have in mind how the city's skyline might change very soon. And you want to get into that train right now if you're an investor. Because I wish I knew when it was 2000s, and I lived very close to Dubai, not in Dubai.
Yes.
What will happen in this area?
I'll give you one example of exactly spot on to what you just said. 3-4 days ago, I met one of our clients, and this gentleman is he worked with us, he partnered with us many years ago in Turkey, actually, many years ago. We're talking 20 years ago. And he partially lives in Dubai now, okay, partially. And we were talking, he's got a place in the Palm. He's got several places in the Palm.
Palm Jumeirah or Palm Jebel Ali?
Palm Jumeirah. And we were sitting, and he showed me, he said to me, Cameron, look, he goes, and he showed these penthouses by the sea. Mm-hmm. He goes, you know, I've got 6 of those, right? 6 different blocks. Okay? Now, these penthouses, these buildings are among the very early constructions on the Palm. So I would imagine they probably date 15, 20 years back. At least 15, I would imagine, because I think that's when Palm Jumeirah started, 15 years back or something.
Yes.
It has a past. And you know what he said to me? He said to me, Cameron, when I bought those, he bought them off plan. When I bought those, he said, even my family thought I was mad. Because even my family, he said, didn't believe this Palm thing would happen. Today, I can't even begin to tell you how many X's he's done on his investment. Oh!
Okay, we'll conclude with that story.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Thank you all for watching. See you again next time. From me and the whole team here at Place Overseas. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.